Our next session is looking at incident investigation and reporting. Incident investigation and reporting. At the end of this session, participants are expected to understand the following: injury, incident, accident, near miss, the purpose of incident investigation and reporting. At first glance, I am sure that most of us know some, if not all, of these. We're all familiar with injury. It's a word we've seen before. It's a word that particularly we have even used before. Incident, probably. Accident, probably. Near miss, and incident investigation. Okay, so we might know it, but do we understand it? At the end of this session, knowledge will be added. Knowledge, and as we acquire this knowledge, it will help us to play our roles more effectively as safety officers, as supervisors, as managers in a workplace. By way of definition, an injury is a physical harm or damage to a person resulting from traumatic contact between the body and an external factor, or from exposure to environmental factors. An incident is an event or a chain of events which has caused or could have caused injury, illness, and or damage or loss to assets, the environment, or third parties. Please note that an incident could have caused injury, illness, or damage. So when an incident occurs, it could have caused damage, or it could not. An incident could either result in damage or not. Whereas in an accident, there is damage. There is physical harm, there is a loss, there is interruption to workflow process. It is an unwanted, unplanned, unforeseen, unscheduled occurrence which interrupts the completion of an activity. Nobody sets out to go to work and then puts in their schedule, oh, by 1 p.m., I am going to have an accident. And no employer foresees that on Tuesday, there will be an interruption to workflow that will delay our output by 2 hours, that will reduce our bottom line by 20%. Nobody can foresee an accident. However, this session focuses on investigating an incident or an accident when it does occur. Because despite the fact that we cannot foresee an accident, it is important that we draw lessons from it, as we would see in the course of this session. Near miss. A near miss is a safety incident that did not result in injury, illness, or death, but had the potential to do so. Some near miss examples when it comes to slipping and tripping at work include an employee tripping because there was poor lighting, and then the person almost fell but did not fall. So you can see that in this scenario, the hazard was there. The hazard caused the employee to stumble, but it did not result in physical harm or environmental damage. However, that does not negate the fact that an accident could have happened. Another example is a leaky air conditioner. We know we're all familiar in our homes, churches, wherever, of air conditioners that drip water. So let's imagine it's dripping water on a walkway and an employee slips, nearly falls, and then does not fall. That is a near miss. A near miss is very important and should the importance of reporting a near miss cannot be overemphasized. And we'll see why as we progress in this session. Causes of an accident. All accidents are caused by either direct or indirect causes. The direct cause is usually the result of one or more unsafe acts or unsafe condition, while the indirect cause are the unsafe acts and conditions. The direct cause of an accident would be falling, for instance. In the example we gave with the near miss, there was a leaky air conditioner, and then somebody almost fell because the floor was wet. That is an unsafe condition. Having water on a walkway is an unsafe condition. Now, the unsafe act there will be if somebody was running on a walkway where it should have been walking, and then it trips and falls because it was running. That is an unsafe act. So the direct cause of such accidents is falling, but the indirect causes are either unsafe acts or unsafe conditions. An unsafe act is defined as an act that deviates from a general recognized safe way of doing a job, which increases the likelihood of an accident. An unsafe condition is a condition in the workplace that is likely to cause property damage or injury. The prime objective of accident investigation is prevention, finding the causes of an accident and taking steps to control or eliminate it can help prevent similar accidents from happening in the future. It is important that all the stakeholders in a workplace know the purpose for accident investigation. The reason being that investigation, as it sounds, looks like, oh, we want to know who caused this. Oh, we want to know who to pin the blame on. Oh, we want to establish who is at fault. Accident investigation is not a fault-finding mission. Rather, it is a mission to find out the cause and then deploy measures, processes to forestall a future reoccurrence. An incident investigation and reporting refers to a structured process used to report, track, and find the cause of an incident. It makes use of strategy to investigate every accident. It involves documentation of the investigation. It involves analyzing investigation data to establish trend and to apply preventive measures to forestall reoccurrence. To prevent accidents, we must remove the causes. We know the causes of accidents, and we also know that accidents occur almost every day. Whether we plan for them or not, they could always occur. Since we believe that each accident that may occur may have a cause, there must be a lesson for us in each accident that occurs. We must learn the causes of accidents and use the lessons to prevent reoccurrences. This immediately suggests that information on the accident must be made available. Like I said earlier, when purpose is known, when the purpose of an accident investigation is known, then the relevant stakeholders will be willing to play their part. An eyewitness, for instance, will not withhold information because he knows, oh, if I tell them what happened, then they will be able to introduce measures to make sure that it doesn't happen again. When an employer knows that the purpose of accident investigation is to prevent further reoccurrence, the employer would investigate every accident, will not overlook any accident as minor and say, oh, it's nothing. Oh, thank God it wasn't bad. Because every minor accident has the potential to be a major accident someday. if it is not prevented. This immediately suggests that information on the accident must be made available. The information on accident is what we call accident reports. Examples of such reports are first aid reports, exposure incident report, workplace incident report. The workplace incident report refers to the details of any physical event that happens at work that causes an interruption in normal work process, and could also affect an employee's productivity while at work. Why do we conduct investigation continued? We have established that it is to prevent reoccurrence. It is also a legal requirement. Some acts, some legislations, some safety legislations make it compulsory for accidents to be investigated so that regulatory bodies can ensure that enough corrective action is taken to mitigate the effect of the accident on people, property, and environment. Company needs. Another good reason for reporting accidents is to enable the compilation of statistical records, which will give an indication of how good or bad the HSE performance of a company is. It will make you know how the safety interventions, safety standards that are in place, whether or not they are indeed effective or whether they need improvement. There are always emerging trends in the field of health, safety, and environment. So, accident reports guide us, will guide an establishment to know what they need to improve on. At a glance, we can see this triangle that shows us the statistics, near misses, minor accidents, and serious accidents. So it is established that when you have 300 near misses, the cause, the thing that made 300 near misses to occur has the potential to cause 30 minor accidents. And whatever it is that caused 30 minor accidents to occur could have caused a serious accident. So if you have a reduction in near misses, it translates directly to a reduction in minor accidents. And also a reduction in minor accidents will translate to a reduction in serious accidents. How do we achieve this reduction? It is by reporting every workplace incident, be it a near miss, be it an accident. It must be reported to the appropriate authority, and interventions should be deployed immediately to forestall reoccurrence. In concluding, investigating accidents and incidents is essential to maintaining a safe and productive workplace. By identifying the root cause of incidents, organizations can take corrective actions to prevent future occurrences, improve safety, and protect the well-being of their employees and visitors. Thank you.